Everyone, it's Dr. Macy here with Foundation Chiropractic. I have my trusty patient Sully, and he's going to show us how we adjust kids. A lot of people have the misconception that kiddos get adjusted the same as adults in chiropractic care, and that is just not the case. So I'm going to show you exactly what a kiddo adjustment looks like, and that it is much more gentle than an adult adjustment. Sully, are you ready? Okay, let's go. So we're going to start out, it's very, very similar to how we are assessing adults. We're going to be moving and feeling the different areas of the spine, looking for those subluxations, just like we would do on any other patient. I always like to check the feet just to make sure they are nice and even, because it is important as well to make sure that the kid's pelvis and the rest of their spine is nice and in proper alignment. This helps them grow and develop the way that they are supposed to, nice and straight, and not have the opportunity to have their spine develop that curve or that scoliosis. So the first thing that we check is going to be those hips. So we're feeling for the same type of thing that we're feeling for on adults, that prominence of those bones, and making sure that it's where it's supposed to be. The amount of pressure that I use when I'm adjusting younger patients is the amount of pressure that it takes to squish a grape. So less than an adult getting adjusted. So a very small amount of pressure. So we're just using mainly our thumbs to adjust those patients and just putting a little bit of pressure, maybe a little bit of force into it, but not much at all. We're always checking the feet to make sure that they are where they're supposed to be and that their spine is in proper alignment. So once we're done with the pelvis, we're going to work our way up the spine, feeling for any type of restriction and checking to see if that's where we need to adjust. A lot of kid adjustments is more of just motion and mobility and working that range of motion with that lesser force to make sure that those bones are properly aligned and that the spine is free of those subluxations. So we're going to check his spine all the way up to that base of his neck, and then we're going to have him come and sit up on the bed. Can you sit up for me, Sully? And you want to face that wall right over there. Perfect. Now, when we're adjusting the neck, we do address it because it's very important. Obviously, all of the nerves come from the brain and go down into the spine. So if the neck isn't in proper alignment, we're going to have problems with the rest of that flow. So all I like to do is have the kiddo sit up super tall. Can you be super, super tall? Thanks, Sully. And we just do some gentle range of motion, gentle movement in that neck, a lot of stretching, some holding in different positions, just to help those bones travel back to where they're supposed to be and relieve any of that tension that's on the spine. So we're moving, we're feeling, we're motioning out. There's never any of that big push like we would do on an adult. Sometimes you'll hear or feel a little bit of that bony movement, especially if the subluxation is much more prominent. But when I am feeling, most of the time, it's just a light sliding of that back into place. We don't really hear any of those loud pops that sometimes we do on adult patients. So we're really just working through that range of motion, feeling that stretch on that side of the neck, and just making sure that everything is in proper alignment. It always feels good, right? You love getting adjusted. Yeah. Good. And then we stretch them so they're nice and super, super tall. And then we say, good job. Give me a high five. Great job, Sully. So that's the difference between those adult and pediatric adjustments. Definitely a lot different than what a lot of people feel like that adjustment should be. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We are offering a free kids consultation this month for the month of July, Chiropractic for Kids. So if you have any concerns about your little ones, get them in. We can get them assessed and see what chiropractic care can do for their health. Thank you.